how's it? Aloha my kako. How's everyone doing today? I pray you're well. I am about to burn this sandalwood and cedar wood incense made by Ripple Plus and Houseplant, which is Seth Rogen's company. Dude, these smell so. This is not an ad, but these smell so freaking good, and I literally only got it because I believe Seth he had a hand in creating the marble droplet incense holder. The other one was dope. It was a little bit more expensive, so I didn't buy it, but it was an ashtray and a joint holder. I thought that was actually pretty neat. So they did a dope job on this, but sandalwood and cedarwood is probably a couple of my favorite scents to smell. And also, I wanted to look up the meaning of sandalwood and cedarwood because off the top of my head, I forgot what it meant. But I do use sandalwood and cedarwood in one of my Auric sprays, and which I will be better about linking my products as well as the channel grows, hopefully. So yeah. Sandalwood spiritually promotes calm, grounding, and spiritual connection by facilitating focus and aiding in prayer and meditation. Cedarwood is associated with liberation, cleansing, and protection, helping to release negativity and provide clarity, which supports spiritual cleansing and freedom. All right? So, to me, and sandalwood definitely, like I said, represents purity and connection to the divine. And these things right now feel very relevant for where I'm at in my path. I'm in a transition phase right now. So they feel very, very relevant to what I have going on. So I wanted to go ahead and share that with you all. Hopefully it resonated for you in some way. I'm also going to be burning a bay leaf because it is the first of the month. And burning a bay leaf at the first of the month just sets the energy right for what you want to have happen. It just cleanses as well. Bay leaf is just a good cleansing and like resetting herb to use. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that as well. Hopefully this finds you well too. So yeah, but make sure the bay leaf is not broken. Okay, I've heard people say that if you manifest with a broken bay leaf, that it's like you're manifesting broken manifestations, right? But they're not broken because you're manifesting them. So yeah. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get into an energy reading today. So let's see where we at. This one's probably gonna be a little bit longer just because I have the time and I'd like to spend a little bit more time with you all today. So here we go. Let's get it. I think I want to start with these cards. Spirit, Amakua, Kapuna, please let us know what does the collective need to know right now? What does the collective need to know for October? It's the first of the month. Happy 1st of October. Apparently it's International Coffee Day. Funny because I was going to go to the coffee shop instead of doing this reading, but I didn't. So maybe I'll still have to make it over there. I don't know. Spring, so interesting. Rebuilding, awakening, rebirth. Okay, I find this interesting because where I'm at, we're about to go into our fall and winter season. So spring could be a relevant time for your manifestations to come to fruition. Your rebuilding and awakening and your rebirth could happen, right? Because again, everything dies during the winter to be renewed in the spring and the summer, right? So I find the duality of this interesting, right? Because it looks like the flowers look like they're blooming, but the eggs down here, like also the bird eggs, maybe they're not bird eggs, I think they are, could be hatching. So maybe you're hatching something new in the spring. Could be representative of that. I think those look like tulips too. Tulips could be significant. There's like dripping water on the leaf as well. So it's an interesting picture, I'm not gonna lie. Moth, mystery, concealment, and illusion, okay? So, again, hold on, I'm gonna turn this down. In our path forward, right? I'm speaking for myself as well. In our path forward, sometimes when we make a decision to move different or to do something else or to start something new or whatever, we get caught in this concealment and illusion that we're not going to manifest the things that we want. That, oh, what did I just do? You know what I mean? Like, what did I just do? I just left stability for this. I just did that for that, blah, blah, blah. I'm downgraded, da, da, da. But if you're doing something that feels good to your spirit and to what contributes to making you happy. Obviously, we're not always going to be happy. I'm talking about jobs right now. But if we're not at least doing something to contribute to that happiness, or we're at a job that like raises our stress and causes us to be anxious all the time and give our energy in certain ways that we don't want to. Obviously, in jobs, we're going to have to give our energy away in some ways that we don't have to. But compromising your entire being just to say you're getting a paycheck, and it's not necessarily a good paycheck, it's just a paycheck. And again, we got to do what we got to do, so I understand. But like, if you don't have to stay in that situation and you can move and transition out of it somehow and rebuild and awaken and start something new and rebirth, I don't see the issue with that. The issue is our mind telling us that we can't do it because of our programming and focusing on the bad things, focusing on this mystery, not as like as an open invitation for a new adventure, but on a scary fear, survival mentality, lack mindset, okay? And these are the things I am doing my best to step away from, right? Because in order to trust ourselves inherently, we have to walk, breathe, and do the things that we say we're doing. Otherwise, we're coming into a disalignment and we're rubbing edges with who we say we are versus who our self knows we actually are, okay? So we're causing friction when it comes to that. And, you know, again, no pressure. Like, it's okay. Like, sometimes we won't always do what we say we're gonna do or say be who we say we are. All the things, but it's just about recognizing that and like not correcting it, but also just like making sure that we fall in alignment with what we say we're doing and who we say we are. You know. Oof. See, this is another like. So planning, setting intention, and optimism. Optimism. Okay. So again, to me, this represents like the spring card as well, right? We're sowing seeds of what we wish to come to growth in the spring. I forgot what I was saying for a second. So this is a time for planning and setting intentions and optimism, okay? It's not a time for feeling like, oh, this isn't going to happen, blah, blah, blah. You know, like it's just not a time for that. Now we can plan up to a point, and then we got to take some action, right? Like sometimes for me, I feel like I get so stuck in the planning phase that like I forget to act, and then I feel stuck, and then I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel of a never-ending cycle of what the fuck is happening. And like, you know, that's just what happens sometimes in life. Like these things are natural, and again, it really has to do with what we were constantly raised around, what we were constantly told, our self-talk. Now, don't go blaming everything on how you were raised, right? A lot of it has to do with that. That's where the starting point is now. But guess what? We are free now. We're adults now. We can choose different now, right? We don't have to continue to choose to talk to ourselves like we're a piece of shit or a bad person, because we're not, okay? And I strongly believe that. Look, 10, maintenance, encouragement, guidance, okay? So, and I find it interesting that these look like incense. Fuck is happening on this card? I don't know. These look like incense to me. And again, got the incense here burning, so that could be relevant. But yeah, now is the time, winter's the time to go back into maintenance mode and encourage yourself and to seek the guidance that you're looking for, whether that be from within, with your community, or with your higher power or whoever you believe in, right? So tending and maintenance are definitely things that's like it's like a balancing act, right? Because you need to, or you don't need to do anything, but you should be tending to yourself and making sure you're making time for yourself and creating that space to slow down. This world moves so fast. Ferris Bueller didn't lie when he said that, right? So the world moves so fast, and I feel like we just are in a constant state of fight or flight, and it's like, whoa, hold on, guys. Like, I'd like to slow down for a second, please. And slowing down is looked at as like a negative thing in this world, and I don't think it's a negative thing at all. Like, you know, like it's necessary to slow down for our not just for our mind, but just for like ourselves, you know. And I guess our mind is ourselves, but still, like, all right. So hold on, I want to look up this card. All right, so for spring, this says the reawakening of the earth is always inspiring. New life is on the horizon. It can be invigorating to witness the stirring of energy after a long rest. Spring tells you that it is time for new beginnings. It is the perfect time to launch a new project, or if there are things you have previously put on hold, the spring card suggests that now is an auspicious time to revisit them. You will bring a refreshed perspective to this project, a new level of energy that you did not have before. Perhaps all that was needed was a new approach after some time away and a new burst of motivation and determination. And the reflection point is there a project you want to launch that you have previously ignored? Okay, you know what? Don't yell at me, Spirit. And the page number on here is 115, so 7 could be significant. Whoa. All right, so, and I definitely agree with what the book is saying on this, because it's like, I stepped away from a lot of creative stuff that I was doing, right? I had to go into survival mode for a little second to pay off some medical stuff, right? But these things are out of my control. I did what I had to do, okay? And now I'm in a different position where I'm just like, okay, like, I don't necessarily need to be this anxious, this stressed, and this fucking freaked out all the time, right? Like, that's not what I need to do right now. So it's a time for me to renew, to awaken, to go back to what I was working on before, you know what I mean? And like, again, with a fresh perspective, and that's important too, because, you know, stepping back into those old ways of being, like back into that survival mode, can like leave us in thoughts of like, holy shit, like, is this really what I want to do for the rest of my life? Like, is this something that I'm really like willing to continue to do day in and day out, and feel like this all the time? Like, I don't know. You know, it's just one of those things where it's like, you have to decide if this is the life you want to live, you know. And I had to take my own advice the other day. I was giving my niece some advice, and like, I had to take my own advice the other day. And it's like, okay, if you're willing to live like this for the rest of your life, then fine. But if not, something needs to change. And I'm like, oh shit, wait a minute. I'm talking to myself too. That's crazy. I'm crazy. All right, I can't find this moth card. Interesting. Not in alphabetical order, so... Wow, guys. This is rude. Okay, hold on 1 second. We gonna find this page in the book. You guys. Oh my. Here we go. 45. 9? 45. All right. So the moth card. And moths are so pretty, dude, but their faces scare the living shit out of me, I'm not gonna lie. While some species of moth are diurnal. That's a weird word, and it's also split, so I can't really read it all together. Diurnal. We tend to associate moths with the night. Moths are beautiful night pollinators doing important work under the cover of darkness. Moths are often compelled to seek out the light, even though it may endanger them. Moths, like butterflies, often have markings that disguise them, tricking predators into assuming they are something other than what they truly are. The illusion serves as protection. The moth card tells you that perhaps something around you is not what it seems. Look for the truth and follow the light, but do not let yourself be blinded. There may be something in your life that needs illumination in order for you to take control. What in your life needs illumination to enable you to see past a surface level illusion? Holy shit. And that's like something for you to answer on your own, right? So what in your life needs illumination to enable you to see past surface level illusion, okay? It's so easy to see on the surface and like not look deeper beyond what is going on. And again, I guess I'm mainly referring to, is this job actually secure? Is it? I don't know. I think it may be an illusion. It's an illusion of security. It's an illusion of feeling safe. It's an illusion of, but it's a fucking trap. It's a trap. A lot of jobs are a trap. And, you know, I feel like particular jobs are meant to like sit there and have you realize it's like, holy crap, like this job is legitimately a trap, because it's strange, right? Like they pay you enough just to get by. They give you all these benefits that like again, take your money away. They give you these bonuses that literally they tax to the death of it, and it's literally nothing at the end, right? So again, we do what we have to do, and I respect you for your hustle and whatever you're doing in your life. But I personally, the 9 to 5 bullshit, like the 40, I can't do that stuff. Like, I am too creative at my core. I know myself well enough by now to know that is not a life that I am willing to self-sacrifice myself for, and that I'm not willing to give up my dreams for. You know what I mean? Because I feel like those jobs are definitely dream killers, because again, they drain so much of your energy, and by the end of the time you're there, you just don't really have energy to do anything for yourself, and like that's a shitty situation to be in my opinion, right? So seeds may be the nebulous concept in soil, the fertile ground to nourish them, but the act of sowing is what unites the two and initializes the process of germination. When you sow seeds, you scatter them in the earth, in or on the earth, asking the soil to help them grow. For a time, the seeds have to remain quiet underground before they can launch into the world. This dormancy allows them the opportunity to gather strength. The sow card tells you that now is the optimal time to set things in motion. Plant your seeds and nurture them. Lock in your intentions and take the first steps along the path you have planned. Act now for your future yield. Prime your material and environment for the best outcome. If you have been hesitating, now is the time to act. Are you ready to start something new? So I feel like these cards are heavily in alignment, right? Like, at least for my life and what I have going on, you know what I mean? So like, dormancy is important, right? Like, staying quiet so you build something and then you pop out like, what's good? What's good? You know, like, that's my favorite thing to do. In my opinion, that might be the Capricorn in me, but yeah, like, that's like my favorite thing to do. You know what I mean? Because it's like, people, they don't listen to what you're saying. They watch and see and listen and see the work that's being, they don't even see the work that's being put in. They see the outcome that happens from the work that you put in this dormancy, in this sowing of the seeds, right? So again, and don't do it for people, do it for you, right? Like, ooh, it made me mad. All right, spring. Please clarify the spring card. Got a full moon coming up. Growth, okay? So again, with the spring and the growth and the flowers and the orange and the pink, like, come on. And the green. So the orange and the pink are definitely, or the orange and the green are standing out to me on these cards. This green light behind my door isn't really helping show these cards, but they are really, really pretty. Okay, so yeah, you see the orange, it's like red too, the green, orange, and the red and the green. So again, those colors might associate to you in some way. Growth is definitely relevant right now. And again, you see how this reading is all connecting, right? Or I pray you do anyway, because it definitely is. That's not it. Yeah, it would take me forever to find that book. So I don't know where the book is to these cards, but it's okay. All right, please clarify the moth card. Sometimes I like the book, sometimes I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I like to take things from the book because I feel like the person who made the deck wrote it for a reason. But, you know, if I don't find it, it is what it is. All right, please clarify the moth card. Nope, one card, please. Please clarify the moth card. Hello? Deja vu, okay? So, again, you could be having deja vu of like, oh, I've been through this step before, I've been through this thing before, I've been through this relationship before, I've been through this job before, I've been through this part of my life before. Whatever you are having deja vu about, just remember what you're having deja vu about, right? Like, write it down. And this could be, could be a part of the illusion or concealment, right? And the mystery behind it all. Because you could be having deja vu about doing the same thing, about being in the same scenario, but maybe you have a chance to act differently now. You know what I mean? So please clarify the soul card. One card, please. Please clarify the soul card. This video is already 20 minutes long. Crazy. Please clarify the soul card. Hello. Surrender. Okay, boom. All right, so you're being asked to surrender into, we got 7 again. So 7s are significant for sure. 22, you got 4, 3 on the board. All right, so you're being asked to surrender to your intentions, right? Your intentions that you've set carefully by planning and your optimism. You're being asked to surrender to these things. You're being asked to surrender into the quiet. You're being asked to surrender into the abyss, if you will, right? To trust and to know that to trust and to know, I can't hold it. To trust and to know that your guidance, your guides, your spirit, God, whoever is listening to you, and they want you to surrender to this path now. I need to listen to this myself, because truly, all right? Mirroring on the bottom, okay? So definitely a lot of mirroring happened when it comes to this this spread right here, okay? Anything else the collective needs to know? And again, apply this as it resonates to you. I'm just going off of like my story. Moon bathe in hope, okay? I think we got this card the other day. So moonbathing in hope is important with the 2. Again, 222. All right. Anything else? Anything else Clark needs to know on this spread? Oop, hello. Enter the conversation, okay? So 1, 2, okay? What does it say? Oh, it says something in Latin, but I'm not a Latin major. Okay, and again, I find these moons relevant, right? Like they're the same like crescent moon situations happening. But you're asking, and look, there's owls in both of these cards. So I feel like an owl could be significant. Maybe you're a night owl. Maybe you, I don't know, like to lurk in the night like this owl in the corner right here. I don't know. Now is the time for moon bathing hope. Mother Moon is friend to all dreamers. She incubates your dreams and grows wings for all your wishes. She encourages all to remember not all who wander are lost. Roam, wander, receive. She does not shine exclusively for the special, the brightly talented or accomplished. In fact, she shines brightest in the dark. Embrace those hopeful rays. Take a walk in her radiance, bask in her glow. Have a conversation with her about all the untold stories in your soul, and wishes are waiting to grow wings. Ask her to guide you through the dark night, bringing luminosity to all that is currently unknown, unseen, or unformed. Okay, and again, if you are walking through darkness right now, like I feel like I'm walking through, keep going. There is light at the end of what you're doing, okay? And again, it's so crazy how some of the corniest sayings apply to things, right? Like, it is truly wild. But again, you're being asked to lean on your hope, to lean on your faith, to understand that you will be illuminated at the end of this. It's all in the cards. You will be illuminated at the end of this, and your dreams will come true. And for entering the conversation, the universe is an ongoing conversation between source and matter. You are a part of that conversation. Being an extension of source and an embodiment of matter, the symbols that show up in your life on a daily basis are no coincidence. They communicate with you without fail, but require your attention in order to reveal their meaning and messages. Now is the time to pay attention. It is not your imagination. The lyrics on the radio really are communing with you, as is the wild animal that crosses your path, an unexpected visitor, the overheard conversation in an elevator, even the way the air smells after a summer rainfall, reminding you of a time long ago. The entirety of the universe conspires to delight in the conversation and engagement. You will find your answers there. Slow down, pay attention, look, listen, enter the conversation. All right, so again, Spirit shit wants you to enter the chat, okay? Whatever it may be. Relationship, job, career, creativity, blah, 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 whatever. Again, if it applies, if it doesn't apply, let that shit fly like a rubber band, right? Okay, boom. All right, so Spirit wants you to enter the conversation. It wants you to be grounded in your knowing. It wants you to be understanding and have compassion for yourself in this darkness. It wants you to hold yourself like you hold others. Okay, that's very important. All right, so maybe you have to go recluse for a little while. Maybe you got to disappear. Maybe you got to step away for a little bit, okay? And that's okay. Sometimes we need to do that in order to get where we need to go. And you don't have to explain that to anybody else. If you know, you see how this girl's eyes are shut, or this person's eyes are shut, third eye glowing, all right? If you know, because we got 3 eyes, use the third, all right? If you know why you're doing what you're doing, you do not need to explain yourself to anyone, all right? Nada. Nobody. All right, so I pray that helps you all, and I pray you all have a lovely, lovely day. drink some coffee for me. 2440 when I said that before. So yeah, I'll catch you guys again soon. Peace.